last week on Everybody Has a Podcast. I don't want to wait for our lives to be over and it's
Oh shit, look out!
Oh God. Clark, are you okay, Clark?
Oh my god, what happened?
Oh God. I'm sorry. Fender bender. Oh God, he's getting out of the truck. He's coming this way.
He looks pissed.
Oh God. What do I do? Do we open the door?
Always do this.
Clark, I'm sorry. Oh God, he's banging on the window. What do we do?
Look, just don't acknowledge he's there, and he'll go away. They're like T-Rexes, okay?
Look forward. Oh God.
Just don't move.
I get gassy when I get scared. Call the police.
I don't. I'm out of minutes on my Boost mobile phone. His wife is really hot. She looks pissed off too. Maybe we should open the door.
No, I don't think that's a good idea, Clark. He looks really mad.
Look, we're a civilized society. We can go out there, and goddamn it, we can talk to him.
I knew I should have taken those jujitsu lessons.
He's kicking the car.
I never got to see Grease 2.
Let's go! Take a fucking video! Take a fucking video, cunt! You fucking whore, bitch cunt! Let's go! Come on! Get the fuck out!
Hawaiian Islands to Orient, contact 93126.5.
And Chalk 6 is taking fire. Okay, divert south of the river. I see you coming to the red guys. I just called them. You said damn well.
Since the dawn of the first age, by the elders it was foretold, a mighty cure that would rise when needed most. Their words would inspire enlightenment among the common. As it was prophesied, it has come to pass. Everybody has a podcast.
And we're back. You get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car. Where yeah! Everybody gets a car.
We're back.
Hey, welcome everybody to another episode of Everybody Has a Podcast. I'm Ryan. Joining me as always is a man I met on Craigslist, Mr. Clark Keller. You really are. I'm not ready for your jelly. I just want to say that right now. Hey, everybody, I want you to help us out. First of all, go to our website, everybodyhasapodcast.com. Check out our Facebook, Everybody Has a Podcast. Go to our Twitter, EverybodyPod. Like us, Twitter us, tweet us, share us. Tell all your friends about us. We'd really appreciate it. We want to try to get to 100 likes in one day on our first day, our first initial coming out. Are we coming out, Clark?
It's time. You know, we've told everybody that we have interests and feelings, but now is the time to just let it all go out there and let everybody know the truth.
We are podcasters.
Oh, God!
It feels so good and free to say it.
Your parents won't get it, but we get it.
I never thought my son would be a goddamn podcaster. Help us out. On our first day, we really do. I know we can get 100 likes on our page, no problem.
Yes, we can do it.
Couple things before we kick this bitch off. First of all, once again, I think we have a pretty rad intro song, and I would like to thank our friends Counterfeit Molly for lending us their talents and their music for that. There's a link for them on our Facebook page, but check them out, facebook.com/counterfeitmolly. They're a fantastic band. They're from Virginia, actually.
Ooh.
I know.
A lot of history up in them hills.
And Counterfeit Molly one day will go down in that history. Yeah. Yeah, how would you say that? What's the good way to say that?
There is no good way to say that.
You're going down, Counterfeit Molly. Virginia history. Thanks again, guys, very much. We really do appreciate it. Other thing, we are looking for a third member, and we want you.
You.
What we would like to do if you're interested, if you want to sit in, let us know. There's a Contact Us page on our website, or shoot us a Facebook message. Come in. We want to get quite a few people to come in and sit in for 2 or 3 episodes, just kind of get a feel for it. We want to see who's a good fit. Maybe we'll do a contest. Who knows? But if you would like to be a podcaster, check us out and come in and sit in with us. We're ready to rock and roll.
Well, what would you say the qualifications are again, Ryan?
Well, Clark, I'm not going to lie. I'd like a Brazilian exchange student, a male, of course.
Right.
Oiled
Fully
up,
waxed.
Fully waxed, dude.
Yeah.
All oiled up, tanned. That would be ideal. But really,
you think the Brazilian wax is easier if you are already Brazilian? Is it just a wax, or are you getting a double Brazilian going on?
That's a good question. I mean, well, there it's just a wax, obviously.
Right.
So here's a question. Brazilian, correct me if I'm wrong, a Brazilian wax is just your nether regions, but it's everything, right? Like you're hairless down there when you're done. Is that right?
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's not just like, you get your V or your D waxed. Like, they go full gooch, full butthole, I believe. So, for me, that would be weird because I have, like, really bad Chewbacca ass. So,
oh, yeah, definitely.
There would just be like I don't know, I'd have a landing strip, but on my ass crack.
Dude, well, the question I have is, chicks, don't get me wrong, there's some real roast beef type situations down there, but
Ooh.
a Brazilian on a man, I mean, wouldn't you rip your scrot?
Yeah, I mean, but now I'm thinking about, fucking Arby's in between a girl's legs, and there's got to be safeguards. Like, there has to be, maybe they tape it back or something. Like, there's, like, temporary glue.
Like clothespin it back?
Yeah, just some paper clips.
It's just, in previous grooming, dude, I've had some scrot injuries before, man. It's not pretty. It's not fucking pretty.
You talking about whenever you, like, take vacation for 2 weeks and don't call anybody and you beat off the entire time?
Yeah, it's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, everybody gets depressed, man.
Well, I mean, it was a good vacation,
Yeah, I agree. Clark, I thought, we forgot to do this on the first podcast, but one day, when we go down in history, people are going to ask, how did this podcast get started? When we're replacing Stern on Sirius, they're going to want to know what was the origin. I think it's actually a pretty interesting story about how me and you met.
How it all began.
How long have we known each other, dude?
God, man, probably, I would say 4 or 5 years, maybe longer.
Way longer than that.
Well, no, yeah, you're right. It's got to be 6 or 7 then.
Yeah, it's like 6 or 7.
8 or 9 or probably 10 or 11, or 12.
Yeah. So me and Clark met at Circuit City.
If you don't remember what Circuit City is,
I was buying some Beats by Dre, and all of a sudden this blue-eyed Aryan prince came walking through the door.
That's me.
No. So we were working at Circuit City. I worked in the computer department. Clark started working in computer sales. Mm-hmm. And it took a couple months. Clark was like, hey, man, I want to fix computers. And we were like, he's never going to make it.
No.
And now you make more money than I do.
Well, to be fair, I probably shouldn't have made it.
No, man, I'm glad you did. I mean, look at what beautiful flower has bloomed.
Yeah, well, like, the thing is back then, the culture, as it were, of Circuit City was like, the techs hated the sales guys, and the sales guys wanted to be the techs.
Oh, it was totally some West Side Story type shit.
Yeah, and, so on average, there was, like, 2 or 3 technicians and, probably, 8 sales guys. And, everybody would, come by, try to talk to you, and you're like, oh, God, leave me the fuck alone. Well, eventually, total corporate retail bullshit, they were like, Clark, if you want to go over there, you gotta, get your sales up. I was like, okay. So I got my sales up, and I did, really awesome. And then they're like, no, you're too good at sales, so you're not going over there. I was like, oh, you fucker. So I threatened to quit, and I finally got moved over there. And that's where I met Ryan. Ryan had long, flowing hair, and he was bent over
Fabio. Thank Fabio on the way out.
Yeah. Way out.
Yeah, Fabio, the later years.
Yeah, I mean, he's done, Lifetime won't even have him anymore. But, he's been over a computer desk, and, he's fixing shit, but mainly he's just playing video games, listening to music. I was like, I gotta get over there. So I get over there.
The first thing you notice is the overpowering scent of Axe body spray as you get within 10 feet of me.
Yeah, well, what was cool is, we were a perfect pair from the get-go because they had, buttoned-up shirts, and, mine was buttoned up far too high, I'm sorry, and Ryan's was buttoned up far too low. So we were quite the pair.
Well, what's kind of funny about this though is it took a couple months, but obviously we're working together now, so we're just hanging out and cracking jokes, and we find out we have a lot in common. And I would say that we were work friends for 3 or 4 months, easy,
Yeah.
But then
easy.
Then we learned that we actually lived in the same apartment complex 2 buildings apart.
Yeah, we could see each other's balconies.
But unfortunately, since we're both on our computers all day long, it's not like we were outside and I saw you playing softball.
Yeah, I wasn't playing frisbee with the bros.
Right. So I just think that's pretty effing hilarious. So then we just started doing LAN parties and going over to each other's apartments.
Yeah, it was we traded cats one time.
Just discreet midnight meetings.
But I have to tell this story because this is probably my favorite ride dog story here. I was working, and whenever you work retail, it doesn't matter what position you're in. You could be the freaking CEO of a retail chain. You're dirt poor somehow.
Right.
And so I had no money, period. And Ryan knew this, and I was closing up for him. He bailed or whatever. Anyways, I was closing up. I go out to my car, look on the roof of my car, and there's a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper, a 48-pack of pizza rolls, and Tiger Beat magazine. I still have the Tiger Beat magazine. I do not have the pizza rolls or Dr. Pepper any longer. And that's probably my favorite ride dog story. That's whenever I knew we were going to be bros for a very long time.
Awesome, man. You know what? It's actually flattering. I totally forgot that, and then you reminded me of that story 2 years ago. I was like, I did one thing nice for one person a long time ago. That counts.
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing, I mean, the Tiger Beat was probably the best part, but, I'm glad I got to eat that night as well.
Yeah, I remember, man, when my brother Lane got a new house, I got him a housewarming gift. I got him a Saint Maria candle, a gift card to Chick-fil-A, and Jet magazine. I love getting crappy magazines for people, man.
Well, you have to get one thing that can help somebody out, and then 2 things that are kind of an inconvenience.
Yeah, I'll my friends, and I'm sure you run into this all the time. They'll be like, "Hey, man, fix my computer," and I'll do it. But honestly, and I'll do it for free. But my payment is when you turn it back on, there's a big black penis as your wallpaper.
Your grandma's gonna get pissed every time you do that, man.
She can suck it, man. One day we'll be able to tell our adopted Chinese grandchildren that story.
Yeah, of course. I mean, once you finally get the operation.
Dude, so I want to talk a little bit about what sucks a little bit of my soul away every day.
Okay.
And that is the drive to and from work.
Well, you live in a big city, right?
I live in Austin. I live up north, and I work down south. Now, I've measured the mileage. It's 14 miles. But it literally, on a good day, takes me 45 minutes to fucking get one way. And it sucks so bad, dude. And it's not like I'm driving straight, and it's the stop-and-go traffic. I think that's what makes it bad, is the stop-and-go.
No, is this on main roads, or are we talking you're taking some weird-ass back alley, I know a way there kind of thing?
I've tried that. No, these are the main 2 roads. There are 2 main roads. Well, 3 really, but 183 and Mopac are the 2 main veins that gets everybody to the downtown area. Okay. So what happens is everybody does live up. I actually read a newspaper article the other day, and it said 90,000 people travel from up north to downtown every day. Ugh. 90,000 fucking people, man. And I told myself I would never be one of those people that gets stuck in traffic, and here I am.
Yeah.
So I do. I take that horrible route every day, and I drive a manual, so that's what really sucks. Clutch, brake, clutch, brake, clutch, brake. It sucks, man. I have acquired a lot of great podcasts I like because I spend a lot of time in my 1997 Nissan pickup truck.
Yeah, I mean, this is not a Lambo that you're getting shift a lot with. You go, row, row.
Yeah, no,
This is middle of the Civil War in Africa truck.
My truck was not built for comfort or speed. Yeah, you're right. It was my truck is literally made to liberate small African nations.
Yeah, it hauls around all of the freedom fighters, quote unquote, and one guy from the CIA.
Yeah. Oh, so anyways, dude, it's miserable. 45 minutes, it's really starting to take its toll on me. Fortunately for me, my lease is up here in about 5 months, and I've convinced the girlfriend to move down south with me.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's gonna be some sexy time, and I'm gonna cut my drive from 16 miles to 4. It's gonna be fantastic, man.
Well, here's my thing is I know we're talking about driving, but if you're gonna get an apartment with her, just make sure you get 2 bathrooms because there's nothing worse. It's not even she's pooping in there. It's that 30 minutes later she'll be gone, and you're okay, well, I have to go to the bathroom, no big deal. You'll walk in there and you'll just smell shit, and it's not your shit.
Yeah.
And you'll know her scent, and boom, You can't get it out of your nostrils.
We actually need to discuss this. We need to mark this down for a future show because this is my first time living with a female, and you've done it before. I need some pointers, man.
That's gonna be rough.
We need to mark this down. Yes, we'll save this for later. I got a lot to say about this though, actually. But I'm really excited to be cutting my commute down, but I've still got to make it like 5 more months, But whatever, I can do it. So here's the other thing about this town. Everybody will tell you Austin's cool. Austin's cool. Well, Austin is fun. I'm not gonna lie, but Austin is actually just as much of a pain in the ass as it is cool.
Right. Well, you give some, you take some. Like it's not like you're getting all benefit. Like I mean, we go to freaking McDonald's or something, and it takes us 45 minutes. I can do cartwheels to my McDonald's faster than that.
Yeah, definitely. Well, so one thing that this town has done recently, and it just annoys the hell out of me and everybody, is plastic bags are now banned at stores.
Right, but not restaurants. Like you can still go to Taco Bell, get like a four taco meal, and then get your plastic bag, right?
Right, but when you go to Walmart, you can no longer get plastic bags.
It's fucking
so
stupid.
You have a couple of options. One option is you can buy those reusable bags. They're like $3 or $4, and whatever. Okay, fine. The problem is no one ever remembers to bring those.
Right.
Even if you do remember, what happens is you take it from your car into your house and you forget to put it back in. Mm-hmm. Your other option is to pay 10 cents for a paper bag. Honestly, I don't give a shit about paying 10 cents. It's not like it's the biggest inconvenience in the world for me. I just think it's unnecessary. They think they're saving the planet or something, and all they're doing is inconveniencing people.
Isn't this 10 cents? Is it 10 cents per paper bag?
Yeah, it's 10 cents per paper bag.
Oh man, I would just prove a point. I'd go in there with like $10, buy like a candy bar, and have them like quadruple bag it.
Yeah. Well, I'm not stingy at all. They ask you obviously, and would you like a bag? Yes, it's 10 cents. I'm like, I don't care. Just give me some bags. It's 10 cents. I don't care.
Yeah.
But it's just, you're not saving the world, okay? If this was like a nationwide thing, if we decided as a nation to do this, I think we could probably make a dent in pollution or whatever it is they're trying to save.
Right,
But
yeah.
the shitty little city of Austin, no, we're not making a dent.
Well, here's the question. Where does that 10 cents go?
Well, it goes to the store. It's the store that's charging you. It's not the city. The city just says you can't have plastic bags. The stores are saying, all right, we'll provide you an alternative, but you're paying for it.
Okay, so it's not like the city is collecting basically a back-end tax on buying paper bags.
Not that I'm aware of. So that's annoying. Now, here's where I'm getting with this, Clark.
Okay.
2 nights ago, we had really bad rains here, man. Like, it was bad.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that weather. I like it. I think it's awesome. I think there's nothing better than just, like, sitting out on your balcony, drinking a beer, watching some gnarly weather go down outside.
Well, unless you're on call.
Oh, yeah.
For IT.
Yeah, I stopped going on call that night.
Oh.
Yeah. I was really happy about that. But so I knew traffic going home that day was going to be bad because it's raining. I was like, well, it's going to be one of those hour and a half days in the truck.
Mm-hmm.
Not a huge deal. I enjoy the weather. It relaxes me. And I had some podcasts fired up. I was like, I'm good to go. So I started it, man. Well, after about minute 45, I'm not very far at all down the road. And I checked Google Maps for accidents. There are no accidents. There are no traffic accidents. I'm like, man, something is bad here. And, you'll see fire trucks go back and forth.
Right.
And I'm wondering what's going on. Then I get to 2 hours. 2 hours. I've been in the truck for 2 fucking hours. And I'm so close to where Google Maps says that that traffic clears up again. And I'm like, look, at this point I am pissed off. I'm so fucking pissed off, man. I'm like, this is outrageous. And I expect in the next 10 minutes to see a horrible accident. There has to be a horrible
Somebody
accident.
better be fucking dead if I'm waiting 2 hours.
Oh, definitely. I need to, for me to feel better, I need to see at least 2 cars. I need to see one of those. Like, I need to see the jaws of life. I need to see a bloody body. I need to see what the fuck fucked up my day.
Yeah, there needs to be a woman crying and, the driver's seat is completely caved in.
Yeah. Well, I get to the spot, man, and I get more mad than I ever thought I've ever been. There are no cars. What it is the entire road is flooded all the way across. For about a 20 square yard section is entirely flooded, probably about 2 feet deep. And the reason traffic is stopped up is cars are having to go through it one at a time, while the cops are there.
Oh my God.
So, and this is, once again, this is one of the main veins of Austin. This is where 90,000 people every day drive. They use this pathway.
Yeah.
But here's what pissed me off, man. I remember about 6 months ago the exact same thing happening.
Really? 6 months ago?
Yep, 6 months ago, the exact same thing happened. It didn't fuck my day up nearly as much because I was going the other way, so I got through it pretty quickly.
Okay. Well, like, go ahead.
Well, so check it out. This retarded-ass city will put time and money into banning plastic bags to save the environment, but they won't fix a problem that I personally know has existed on one of the main streets, one of the main highways of Austin for 6 months.
Well, they don't. I mean, they're not getting anything out of fixing that road. They personally don't give a shit. I mean, why would they?
Who is running this motherfucker?
It's hard for me to say that somebody's not bringing that shit up at city council next week. You know what I'm saying?
I think I'm gonna go. I've got it written down to go look, and I want to figure out what time it is. I've got to go tell these people, like, what's wrong with you? Like, how out of touch of reality are you? I don't understand, man.
Well, I mean, okay, so each car is going through one at a time. Okay, so here's a life pro tip for everybody. Whenever you're sitting in traffic for 2 hours and you're really pissed about how far away you are, just look in your rearview mirror and all those poor bastards behind you.
Yeah.
And you're good to go for probably another 30 minutes. And every time you get a little bit pissed off, just take a quick glance up. Now, you don't have a rearview mirror, but...
I do have a mount where a 50 cal machine gun's supposed to go.
Yeah, you have like a decal on your car that says Suzuki, but your car is not a Suzuki. But just keep glancing up there, man, and eventually you'll get where you need to go. But my problem is I live about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from where you live, and it's kind of smaller. You know, it's not a small town by any means, but it's a medium-sized town, and you can you can straddle E like no problem on your gas tank and probably get wherever you need to go, you know, because you just can't be bothered to fill up your gas tank.
Oh, yeah, dude. When I lived there, I did the exact, I worked on the opposite side of town. 10-minute drive every day.
Yeah, no problem. That's if conditions were rough, you know. Now, I couldn't imagine going to Austin in my car because, I just couldn't imagine it because I'm always on like half a tank at all times because there's no need for me to go full tank.
Yeah. Well, dude, I'm really pissed off. I tweeted... I tweeted Austin's at Austin City Gov, and I told him, I was like, why don't you use some of your plastic bags to fill up the flooding on Mopac?
Yeah, I'm sure you were not the only person that was extremely pissed off. I don't know how they'll react to that, though, man. That's, it really depends. I mean, my company works in the water pumping industry, and we work with, like, flood stuff, so maybe they got something going on. I'll find out for you and let you know.
I can't imagine it would cost more than $15,000 and... bringing that road down for 10 hours one night to fix that problem. It's just a matter of it dips too low.
Well, maybe, but you got to figure out... The thing about city planning is you have to figure out where the water's going to go if it's not in that puddle.
Well, fair enough, but anywhere but the road is better.
Yeah, well, if it goes further down the road, then, you actually restored a lot of faith in humanity for me because I just assumed it was some motherfucker who was, like, too scared to drive in the rain, so she was hitting her brakes, like, every 5 minutes. And, whenever you hit your brakes in the middle of traffic, 400 other people have to hit their brakes, and eventually it just causes a huge jam, even if you're, just tapping them every once in a while. Yeah.
But it infuriates me even more. I mean, well, you hate government as much as I do, but just incompetent, man. Just always.
Yeah, well, really, I mean, anytime I used to be a big advocate for, like, no population control, and then I sat in Austin traffic. And I was like, okay, yeah, we can do without half of these motherfuckers easily.
Well, yeah, but hey, I'm one to speak. I, too, am a transplant here. I came here for work, So, what are you going to do? I'm part of the problem, too.
Well, kind of changes the subject a little bit on seeing fruity colors. I was looking through my closet the other day, dude, and, usually I'm just, like, looking for a cable or something weird, we've all got that space in the closet or a drawer where we're, like, trying to, just get one little thing that might be there. And so I was looking through it, and I came across a stash of old gifts that my mom gives me. And she gives me a
like
gift.
Presents?
Yeah, birthday present, Christmas present, whatever.
Sure.
And my mom has a really weird habit about giving me personalized gifts based off of... my life or things that I say or do. And that's really awesome because it shows that she pays attention, she cares, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I don't get that. I literally get a car repair kit every year.
Yeah, well, it gets better. Hold on. The problem is that they're all homoerotic. Okay, perfect example is I moved houses, and I have kids, and I'm surrounded by females 24/7, and it just irks me because I like silence and I like computers. So I was like, okay, in simple terms, everybody who is at my home, like my sister was there, I gathered my mom, everybody was around, and there was a big conference about my house. I was like, this is, in simple terms, the man cave. Nobody goes in there. Nobody goes in there. Nobody goes in there.
Yeah, what did we name that room?
The Roosevelt room, I think.
Yes.
Or the Eisenhower room.
The Eisenhower room.
Yeah. So, I mean, but for females, it's just like, stay the fuck away. Like, just because you're going to talk while I'm watching movies or playing video games.
Sure, but, but similarly, given the space, if you want a room, take a fucking room, and I'll not go in there,
Yeah.
Go in there and knit or something.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, I thought that was the end of it. We were all good. Everybody kind of gave me a high five, and I just kind of trotted in there like a show pony and, like, played with my stuff. So Christmas rolls around, which is a couple months later, and my mom's like, you're going to love the gifts I got you. I was like, okay, cool. So I go, and I open the first one. It's like a little plaque. I'm like, okay, a plaque, that's weird. She's like, just hang it on your door. And I look down and I read it, and it says, Clark's Man Cave. What happens in the man cave stays in the man cave. And I'm just like, why?
That is homoerotic.
It's so homoerotic, dude. It's like I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, thanks, this is awesome. She's like, yeah, you can post that up so all your friends will know that, if they're guys, they can go in there and y'all can do whatever. I was like, yeah, totes. It's going to be good. So I've got this plaque sitting in the bottom of my closet now. That
can we get a picture of that plaque for... Can we put it up on everybodyhasapodcast.com?
Absolutely. I might even make it a prize someday because, man, it's horrible.
Yeah, check it out. Check out everybodyhasapodcast.com. We'll put a picture of that up.
Yeah, I mean, and it's stylized like really kind of like supposed to be rugged, but it just comes across as like really bearish.
Old cars, old gas pumps.
Yeah, it's just like tool time. So like I have that, and then for my birthday, my mom. Somehow she thinks I like beer, and I mean, I'll drink beer, but I'm more of a liquor guy or whatever. But my whole family's really Southern Baptist, hardcore. Nobody drinks, nobody smokes, nobody cusses. I do all of those things, by the way.
Yeah, you do.
And so I'm opening it up, and it's a sweater. I'm like, oh, it's a sweater, and I'm looking at it from the back, and everybody's like, ugh. So I'm like, uh-oh. So I flip it around, and I swear to God, there's a big fucking cock on the front.
Wait, like a rooster?
No, like an elongated, oddly shaped penis.
What? Your mom gave you a sweater with a penis on it.
It's a pocket, right? Okay, it's a big pocket there, and I'm like, what the hell? And I look up, and it says Clark's beer, and there's an arrow pointing down, and it's supposed to be a beer koozie that's built in the thing, but it just looks like a huge, throbbing, muscular cock, just on the front of my shirt. And I'm like, oh, beer, what? Like my grandparents are looking at it. It's really weird. So you combo all this stuff together, and about once a year, I get something that's like, hey, it's time to talk about it, Clark. And I'm just like, what? Oh?
Dude, awesome.
No, it's not awesome. Well, the thing is, because you don't know if you're allowed, if you should use these things. Like, I can't show up. It's a 60-minute drive to my mother's house. I have to go get gas. So that means I would either have to put the hoodie on before I go get gas, or I have to put it on in the car before I get to my mom's house. I cannot hang that plaque up in my house. The first person to see that, I'm done. It's over.
Well, it's like, look, your mom visits your house 4 times a year. Put it up.
No, I mean, I won't give her the satisfaction. Because I think she's just really being passive-aggressive about it. If she's got something to say, just say it.
Oh, do you think she's intentionally fucking with you?
That sounds like her.
Yeah. Well, dude, I had to fix... I had to do some car work, which about 2 or 3 times a year, if you drive a Liberation vehicle is what I call it. Mm-hmm. From 15 years ago, you have to fix that bitch a couple times a year.
Yeah. And
simple stuff I can do. I had 3 sets of tools to pick from because every year my mom gets me the same thing. I don't even think she remembers that she gets me those. Like, she's just checked out, man. But whatever. I
don't know which is worse. I mean, obviously, doing without the love of my mother would suck and stuff, but if she's just being, really passive-aggressive and, trying trying to force me into things I don't want to talk about yet, then I don't see the purpose of even having Christmas with her.
Dude, are you broadcasting from the man cave right now?
Yeah, you are in the Eisenhower room. You just don't know it.
Coming to you live from the Eisenhower room, man.
It's got 70s furniture all over the place. It's pretty awesome.
That's legit. I'm gonna get you a giant stuffed bear to put up in the corner, dude.
No more bear stuff. No more gay stuff. I'm tired of it.
Dude, you have to accept a gift if I give it to you.
I'm not putting it up.
It's only polite.
You come to my house, 4 times a year. Just put it up whenever you're here.
Dude, so me and you are approximately the same height. I'd say, give or take inch or two.
Yeah, we're stocky.
We're pretty close. We're not the tallest men in the world. We're not short, but we would never be called tall. What are we, like 5'8", somewhere in there?
5'9"? Yeah, maybe 5'10", 11.
If you had, I would say if you had to classify me, you would definitely put me in the short category as opposed to the tall category.
No, we're Tom Cruise. We're Tom Cruise height.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I like that. Nice.
Yeah, it works.
I'd love to be eye to eye with the Cruister, man.
Yeah, any more above or below, you're just missing the majesty. So.
I'd love to feel his hot breath on the back of my neck, man.
Call me Nicole Kidman.
I want to talk about urinals, Clark. I've got two things, man. I guess you don't at your job you don't really do the urinal thing, do you?
Yeah, we got 3 actually.
Okay, right on.
It's kind of a big deal.
Let's start off with urinal height.
Okay.
I have found more often than not they are way too high. Your thoughts?
Well, they have the midget one.
There's always one, but why are any of them tall?
I don't know, but there's always some 6'4" black guys always using the really small one though.
Yeah, well, dude, everybody wants the small one first.
Yeah, dude. I've walked in many a time, and well, here's the thing about 3 urinals. You walk in, and there's 2 options. One, if you're all alone, you never take the middle one. You don't take the middle one because if somebody else walks in, then you're right next to each other. So you take an end.
Right on.
But the other thing is if you walk in and there's somebody in there, then you take the opposite end.
Sure.
So the small one's always on the end. They never put the really short one right in the middle.
Well, my problem is with the height. And I'm not exaggerating when I say there's been a couple times I swear I could have comfortably rested my fucking ball sack on the lip of that urinal, dude. Really? I don't understand why they have to be so high. Whatever happened to the urinal that went all the way down to the ground?
Well, dude, you got splatter. I'm sick of splatter. I always wear flip-flops. Any event I go to, I wear flip-flops too for some weird reason. And there's always some nasty-ass, runoff trough that I have to stick my feet in, essentially, in order to piss. It's gross.
Well, dude, that was going to be my other thing about urinals. I noticed this 2 or 3 months ago. I've been taking pictures every time, too. I look like a psycho. And I'll put these up on everybodyhasapodcast.com. And I encourage others to do the same. Check it out. Every urinal has a nice, sometimes it's dry, sometimes it's freshly wet. There's always a nice ring of piss around the floor where a urinal is. And my question is, how are we having that much trouble hitting a 1.5 foot by 1.5 foot area?
Dude, you know what it's like to pee with a boner. It just goes everywhere, man. You can't control that.
That's true, man. Seriously, though, I don't work at a fucking home for the blind. I work in an office setting with many professional types. Most of them are old men that have trouble peeing as it is. How does that happen? There are all adults there. There are no children.
Well, obviously some of it is piss, but what if it's just splash black? He's Aquaman with soul. What if it's just splash back from from the toilet being flushed? Have you gone down there and inspected what it is?
It's pee.
You can't just say that.
It smells just like pee.
Have you conducted the tests?
Dude, I've conducted all the necessary tests.
You've licked, you've tasted, you've felt warmth, you've got all of those covered?
Yeah, dude, it's pee. But I want you to start. You work in half of your company is blue collar too.
No, more than half.
It's got to be bad for you. I don't understand how men cannot hit that area.
Well, dudes are just gross. I'm not saying women are any better. God knows I've spent plenty of times in a lady's restroom, so I know exactly what they're like. But in the men's restrooms, those guys, you don't even go in there from like 8 to 10 because everybody's taking nasty-ass beer shits. Like, everybody's been watching football or baseball or whatever the kids are into these days. All Sunday, they've been drinking their asses off and eating Mexican food. And from 8 to 10, people are just blowing it up. There's no courtesy. Like, usually whenever I'm in there taking a shit or whatever, I'm playing video games on my phone. Somebody comes in, they sit next to me. I'll drop my deuces, mid-cough or in the middle of some event happening. Like, I'll make my phone go off and I'll drop one. These guys, they just let it go. And it's always like super duper fibery and, it's just There's no any fart sounds. It's just like air escaping in the shit as it's falling.
Yeah, I've got to say, man, I have noticed the amount. First of all, if I'm taking a shit at work, it's bad.
Yeah, you're scared of public places, aren't you?
There are 3 places on planet Earth that I'm comfortable taking a shit: my house, my mom's house, and my grandma's house. Beyond that, if I'm shitting, it's an emergency. It's bad.
Not your dad's house? Like, it's not...
No, I'm scared because my dad always tickles me with a feather from underneath the door. It's really...
Uncle Charlie lives with him. He won't let you flush the toilet.
Yeah, it's really awkward, man. But no, I hate it. There's got to be... I guarantee we can improve the stall situation, too. Like, there's got to be more than just this fiberboard that sits a foot off the ground to, like, separate you and John from accounting,
Well, like, yeah. Well, here's the thing is that you can even have... Even the stalls for taking a shit aren't that great. You still got to put up your privacy strips of toilet paper on the cracks, so people can't look through.
Right.
There's a lot of maintenance that goes into those things, it's horrible.
I thought about getting like some old jeans and some old shoes and just putting like 3 fake legs down there the whole day. Just like the whole day watching people just walk in, look down, walk out. Like how bad can I tie up the system?
Well, clearly, the system has to be changed from the inside out. Like, you can't just go in and say, we got to fix this. There's got to be a crisis. Never let a good crisis go to waste.
That's a good point, dude.
Yeah, but the problem is, eventually the system collapses on itself, and people will start taking deuces in the urinal.
Well, I've made my social statement at that point, so it's all good, man. No, I've noticed people are getting really ballsy these days. Literally... I want to say, starting about a year ago, it's funny, actually. You walk into the bathroom, there's someone taking a shit, and they've been watching like a YouTube thing on their phone really loudly. You hear them turn it down real quickly. That's always funny. But now, dude, I've literally run into people who don't care. They just blast it full stream. Like, fuck it. I'm watching Netflix on my phone while I take a shit, and I'm getting paid for it. And don't hate the player, hate the game. As much as that repulses me, I got to say, I kind of admire him, man.
Dude, okay, so I work at a factory engineering type thing. So there's a lot of blue collar guys, like we said.
Right.
These guys only have flip phones. So they're
Are they playing Snake on their Nokia 3250?
No, they're talking to people. like they'll be sitting there taking a shit, and they'll be like, "All right, yeah, no, I gotta pay water by 2:00 today. All right, no, I love you too. All right, bye." Boom. And you're like, what the fuck? And they'll be talking about some important stuff while taking a shit. And you're like, come on. Like, I can't enjoy my Final Fantasy Tactics Advance on my droid if you're over there talking about your water bill. Like, this is where I go to escape.
What's the... Because, once again, I don't dabble in this world at all. I don't like it, man. What is the official decorum for that? Do you just ignore each other and be as quiet as possible?
Well, you definitely go out of the stalls one at a time. So, like, it's whoever hears the roll of the toilet paper go down first, you hear the tu as you're pulling the paper.
Right.
That guy exits first.
Yeah, because you don't ever want to, like, have to look each other in the eyes.
No, the thing is, there's only one sink in ours, so it's definitely a clog up. Like, if you both walk out, you're both going to hey, how's it going? Oh, pretty good. All right, cool. And, like, but, the guy's using a whole lot of soap because he's had a rough day.
Yeah.
And, it's a mess. You just wait for him to clean up and get out of there, and you hope to God you can sneak out of there before somebody comes in. That way, or at least to the urinals where it looks like you just got done taking a piss. That's what I do. But if they're talking on their phones, I usually just kind of like, so they know what's going on. But you should always do a leg check anyways.
That's true. So it's a very complicated system, man. Have you ever, every once in a while, man, I'm walking past the urinal, I kind of want to peek through that little crack and, like, stare him in the eye and be like, I know what you're doing.
Man, there's been plenty of times where I didn't do a leg check and the door just wasn't locked and I opened it and it's like, oh! when you work in an office setting with like 80 other people,
Yeah.
you run into that guy at the coffee pot a couple hours later, and you're like, eh.
Ironically, at the coffee pot.
Taking a shit, huh? Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, Mexican food last night, huh?
It's always really awkward, man, because, like, fucking, there's nothing he can do. Like, you're in complete control of that situation, so it's on you to turn around and get out of there as soon as possible and pretend like you didn't see that guy's cold, dead look on his face.
Is it important early on to establish dominance and take control of the situation?
Well, like, if you got to take a massive shit and that guy's just sitting there playing on his phone, he's like, adjusting his tie as he's taking a shit, then yeah, just go in there, open the door. If the door's unlocked, just stare him right in the eye. And he'll get up.
I like it, dude. That's a good way to go about life.
You remember whenever you were a kid and, like, all the other kids, like, climb underneath the thing?
Oh,
toilets?
yeah, there was a lot of that.
Yeah, don't do that whenever you're an adult. I found out that doesn't work.
5 restraining orders later, man.
Well, like, they can, if they want to choke you out with their pants around their ankles, they can still do it,
So, Clark, we have our first official, this is going to be our first reoccurring segment, is that right?
Yeah, we got Brad from BFit on the line, and kind of tell us what he's going to be doing for us, Ryan.
Okay, so Brad is a friend I've known for a while, and let me tell you about Brad. Very interesting. I've known him for, let's say, 4 or 5 years now, and he used to be kind of a pudgy guy, like great guy, kind of pudgy. I mean, I wouldn't have effed him, whereas I need to lose 50 pounds, Brad needed to lose 15, 20 pounds,
Okay, so he still was way more attractive than both of us combined.
Oh, definitely. And Brad, the past year, has been busting his ass in the gym. So much so that he's really become ingrained with that culture. He's we'll confirm with him, but I think he's taken a lot of nutrition classes. He's really gotten into shape. It's really cool. He's got a great before and after picture, actually. We'll put that up on our website, too.
If you smell what the rock is cooking.
Put down that soda, fatty. This is Beef It with Bradley Kaufman.
Brad, are you there?
I'm here.
Hey, what's up, man?
Not much. And, yeah, like you said, I used to be the pudgy kid all my life. I mean, I wasn't obese or anything, but...
Just, you always had a little bit of a tum.
Yeah, of course, whenever I moved into my apartment, I got sucked into the life of partying. And we all know that's fun and games until you gain a little bit too much weight because all you do is sit on your butt, drink, and have fun. I was at 180 pounds, and finally, and I'm 5'6", 180 is not very much for a taller person.
Sure.
But I was like, I need to do something different for myself, and I mean, I wanted women, of course, like every man does. So I went and did something for myself. Started off with just weightlifting, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to do this just to lose a few pounds, and then I'll stop. I'll go back to my normal life. And sure enough, I started doing it. I fell in love with lifting weights. I got a gym membership at 24-hour, and then I was like, you know what, I like this. I'm going to make it a lifestyle. And then so I threw on another thing onto my plate. Dieting. So I would say 4 months of just lifting weights got me down to 150.
Wow.
Whoa.
4 months, so 30 pounds in 4 months.
Yep.
Now, that was just weights, that's not with the diet?
Nope. There was no diet. There was no cardio for me. It was just weightlifting. But, of course, Ryan, you've seen the way I lift weights.
Yeah, definitely.
It looks like a cardio-based weightlifting style to others.
Right.
You can't pay me to jump on a treadmill.
So what you mentioned, you weren't happy with the weight you had gained. Was there one particular instance that made it click over, or was it kind of a slow build?
I was never a fit dude. I was always the bigger out of all my friends. I was never picked first by women, and you've met most of my friends, and most of my friends, girls I would invite over, they would go to my friends first.
Sucks,
They were
doesn't
more
it?
attractive. They were more fit. Yeah.
Yeah.
All my life I told myself, you know what? I don't want a girl that wants me for how I look. I want her for my personality. But then again, I thought to myself, you know what? Do I want to go approach a girl that I'm not attracted to and sit down and talk with her? Like, most things that make you go up to the person is looks.
Yeah,
first.
well, there has to be that initial attraction.
Yeah, worst case
Exactly.
scenario, you're using each other for your looks. Like, that's worst case scenario.
Exactly, and it
Yeah.
finally hit me that way.
I got you.
Asked a close girlfriend of mine, hey, I want you to be honest with me. Am I attractive? She just said, no, you're not my type. I like tall, ripped guy. I was like, wow, this girl's shallow.
No,
Like,
yeah.
okay, all right, well, that's not what really made me want to do it. I was just not happy with my lifestyle.
Sure.
I was depressed and everything, so decided to try something new with my life.
So, okay,
And-
I've always heard, going back to the weightlifting thing, there's a great debate on all the Googling I do rather than just working out, that people are split. It seems like everybody says, or, half the group says, do cardio, do cardio, do cardio to drop the weight, and the other half says, do weights, do weights, do weights, and then you have like 2% who say do both. What's your opinion on that?
My opinion is weightlifting and cardio both have aspects in the training you need. Of course, you do both, you're going to get your results quicker. A lot of people prefer one method over the other. Like me, I prefer to do weightlifting, but there's people that like running more. I've noticed that girls like to run more, but they both help with training. What I tell people, and this is what I preach, is add one thing to your plate at a time. Don't wake up the next morning disgusted with the way you are and say, I'm going to start dieting. I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. and go on a run, and I'm going to start lifting weights. When this is how your lifestyle is, where you sit on your butt all day, you stay up all night playing games and drink. You can't do all three of those the next day. You'll just get burnt out. You'll stop after a week and be more depressed with the way you are because you failed at something else. Add one thing on your plate at a time. If you like cardio, do cardio. If you like weightlifting, do weightlifting. But what I have to say about weightlifting is cardio, you will get your results. And I've seen it with Ryan. I've seen how he's lost weight.
By the way, my goal weight is what Brad was disgusted at himself with and decided to start exercising. If I make it there, it's going to be a miracle.
Yeah, well, I can train you. The thing is, weights boost your resting metabolic rate. So somebody who's sitting at 200 pounds and 30% fat can, let's say he burns 500 calories. That's his resting metabolic rate. It's probably actually going to be higher than that.
And that's how many
But then,
calories you
right-
burn just sitting on your ass every day, right?
Yeah, everybody has it. Everybody has a resting metabolic rate. Some are slower than others. Like, the people, you can tell whose are slower. Like, my metabolism was very slow. But the thing about weightlifting that's great is it boosts your resting metabolic rate. So not only are you burning calories, you will burn less calories in 30 minutes of weightlifting than you do 30 minutes of cardio. But as soon as you get off that treadmill, calories stop. But with weightlifting, you're continuing to burn calories for almost 48 hours.
Huh.
A lot of people don't know that. And you boost your resting metabolic rate. So there's a 200 obese person sitting next to a 200-pound bodybuilder. The bodybuilder can be stuffing his face with calories and still burn more than the dude sitting right next to him.
Well, I'm going to make a quick request. If you're talking about obese, horribly gross people, can we bump that up to about a 250, 275 number.
Yes. But let's say he's a midget like me. 200 pounds for me is a lot.
Yeah,
I'm a very, very short guy, and y'all are a lot taller than me.
Oh,
So,
that's...
Yeah,
What-
we're going to go with that, sure.
what was the hardest part for you personally to make the changes to get where you are now? And how long
Dieting.
did it... Dieting? That's me too, man. Because I'll work out, but God damn it, I love Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. Actually, I would say cardio more than dieting because I diet and weightlift now, and yet I still do not do cardio. I did cardio the other day and thought I was going to die. But I would say cardio is harder, but for most people, dieting is harder.
I've heard that dieting
Yeah,
is
you
like
just have to
60,
make-
70% of it.
No, it's a lot of people say it's 60, 70%. I like to say that it's 100%. Everything's 100%.
Like it.
Probably like 90%, if you had to say so, because, like I was saying, for 4 months without diet and just weightlifting, I dropped pounds. 2 months, as soon as I was like, I'm going to throw dieting onto my plate now. Literally dropped 25 or so pounds in a month or two.
Well, what diet are you doing?
Like, it just shed fat. The portions got smaller, and I just stuck to clean foods. There's chicken, tilapia, tuna, and then my carb sources, of course, came from complex carbs like oats, brown rice, sweet potatoes, things like that. And, of course, the healthy fats, which come from fish and almonds.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, none of these, like, retarded fad diets. It's pretty simple, right? It's like, just eat healthy food.
No. Yeah, like I tell everybody, just keep it simple. Don't go on no Atkins diet where you can't have this, you can't have that. And it's okay to have a cheat meal here and there. Cheat meals are actually great for the body unless you do them all the time. Cheat meals can actually help your hormones and everything because when you're dieting, it gets used to, it's like a conveyor belt. It sees the same thing, easily breaks it down, and then it sees something new. It's like, whoa, we got to break this down.
Gotcha.
That's
Well,
what-
like you have to, I would assume you have to, if a diet is about a lifestyle change, it's not just about dieting to lose weight. You have to like change your entire mentality about eating. That way it's sustainable for the rest of your life, or else you're just going to balloon back up, right?
Exactly. And like I said, when I started all of this, I thought it was going to be temporary. Until I realized it was a lifestyle, and I stick with it. I love it, man.
Cool. What, so have you noticed a difference in, like, how people treat you?
Oh, yeah.
Give us some examples.
Men and women, I should say.
Yeah.
I thought only it would come from women turning their heads and everything, but no, I've seen
Men turn their heads.
Well, not only that, it seems like men respect you more. They see that you've gotten your life together, maybe because you walk more proud of yourself and you are proud of what you're doing. I don't know what it is.
Sure, man. I imagine
But
it's it's probably a combination, right? It's like it shows that you have discipline, number one, you know, and people respect that. And then, yeah, you project more confidence, right? And that just, everybody sees that.
Yeah, exactly. And now I have men asking me, what do you do? Or how did you do that? And men who I looked up to now look up to me.
And is that kind of why you started the Facebook page?
No. Why I started the Facebook page is because, like you've seen my transformation. Last year, my New Year's goal, and like everybody has a New Year's goal, I want to lose weight, So I completed my New Year's goal. My goal, of course, still now is to gain muscle, but I decided instead of making a health goal for myself to help see how many people I can help this year with motivating and achieving a great lifestyle and living a healthy lifestyle.
I like it.
So it was more to help others and also keep me accountable. And
Sure.
it makes me, it's a really good website. When I'm feeling unmotivated, I get on it and I post something, and people love it.
What do you think are the three easiest things that someone could do to start the process? You kind of touched base on some of that.
Yeah, like I said, add one thing to your plate at a time. Don't say I'm going to diet, run, and lift weights. Everybody that tells me that, I just say, no, man. Just start with what you like more. There's would be my number one tip. And another tip that I would give most guys, 80% of the guys I see at the gym, is their resting time in between sets. If you're looking to gain strength, of course, and be a power lifter and be chubby, but be able to lift 500 pounds, then sure, yeah, take 2 or 3 minutes in between your sets. If you're looking to make the most of your gains, limit it to 1.5 minutes or less.
Really? So don't knock out some bench presses and sit there for 10 minutes. You just need to get back at it.
Yeah, you're defeating the purpose. Most workouts that are the best workouts that I have are 30 to 40 minutes long with a lot of volume. I don't recommend my workouts for people that are just getting started, but anybody can just do their natural workout that they do every day, but cut their rest time to 1.5 minutes. And when you get used to that, next week make it 1:15 and a minute, and then get down to where you're resting 45 seconds to a minute.
Cool. Do you have a recommendation on supplements or anything like that? What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, but be careful. That's what
No
I tell
horse
everybody.
tranquilizers, right?
Ketamine, yes or no?
No, yeah, don't go messing around with growth hormones. No, no, definitely consult your physician.
Ooh, official answer from BFit.
Before getting into supplements. I've made the mistake of getting into the wrong supplements, not anything severe or anything, but a lot of pre-workout supplements can have too much caffeine in there for you, or stuff that it's just, it can make your liver work hard. So if you're mixing supplements, like what I used to do, I would take L-glutamine, creatine, a pre-workout supplement, and mix that in my protein shake. That's a lot for my liver to process at one time, so I would not recommend people do that. And if you have been known to have liver or kidney problems, L-glutamine does not help that at all, and the creatine doesn't as well.
Well,
but like I said, if you consult your physician and you do it carefully, creatine, it's not going to make you big like a lot of people tell you. Creatine just feeds the muscles more water and gives you a couple more reps.
well, like, okay, I'd like to
Just
share
like a
a
lot
quick,
of pre-workout. Uh-huh.
real quick. I'd like to share a supplement story, and just because it's kind of funny, but it's same time it's incredibly scary and kind of a reason you should consult a physician. I purchased under the advisement of a friend I purchased a supplement called mitotropin, and it gets you amped, man. But if you take the recommended amount of dosage, or at least if you're me and you do, you begin losing, I guess, what reality is. You can't tell what's real anymore. Your body feels like it's floating. And there was a good point where I thought I was going to die. I peed like 40 times in one day, and and I couldn't even see straight. My whole body was jittery, and that was recommended dosage.
It's almost a high.
Yeah, it's scary.
A lot of these pre-workouts, yeah, they're scary. A lot of them, there was one I took, Ravage, and yes, it does give you a great pump, but after my workout, I felt like For some reason, I could taste blood. For some reason. I don't know what it was. I could have had internal bleeding, but who knows? So that's why I tell people to go ask their doctor before you want to take a pre-workout supplement. And I get the fact that you want to take a pre-workout supplement. There are times where you've been at work all day, you're stressed out, and you don't want to go to the gym, and you need some kind of edge. That doesn't mean go snort a line of cocaine or take too much pre-workout supplements, but go talk to your doctor and ask them what pre-workout supplements are safe, and also research into it of what websites have good science-tested pre-workout supplements.
It sounds like more or less though with that and pretty much all of it, your thoughts are keep it as simple as possible and just bust your ass.
Keep it as simple as possible. But when you said what supplements do I recommend, to get to my answer, I would say the essential supplements that I would recommend anybody, but of course, if you do have kidney problems, be careful. Having one whey protein shake a day is not going to do anything. But if you overfeed yourself with fast-digesting proteins, it takes your kidney and liver, it's harder for it to break down because it's not used to it. It's so fast to digest, but that's also why I recommend it. Because right after your workout, you have an anabolic window of when you can boost testosterone, get the most out of your growth hormones in a natural way, and when your body is most receptive to nutrients. So that's usually a 10 to 45-minute window right after your workout. You eat food that takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours to digest. You drink a whey protein shake, it goes to your muscles immediately. So whey protein right after a workout, definitely recommend it. If you're looking to gain size, buy some casein protein. Casein protein is a slower digesting protein. Like I said with food, how it takes about 2 hours to 3 hours to break down, depending on the food. Casein protein is a slow digesting protein that gives you proteins depending on the protein source. The people you buy it from, 7 to 8 hours. So I used to take that right before bed. And that way I'm getting constant protein to my muscles, and especially if you're weightlifting very intensely, your body needs the proteins. So whey protein, casein protein, that's if you want to get the bang for your buck.
So taking these as you suggest is just going to maximize the work that you do in the gym.
It's gonna maximize the work. It's gonna maximize the recovery and your results.
Nice, and that's pretty safe too, right? I mean, that's not like supplements or anything like that's.
It is a supplement.
Right, but it's not like some pre-workout thing that got banned 3 times.
Exactly. But supplements are for those who need to supplement a lacking nutrient. So for skinny people looking to gain mass, I tell them to get some kind of carb source, a fast-digesting carb source. And you don't even need to get a supplement for this. There's things like Gatorade. It has the high glycemic carbs.
And brominated vegetable oil, Brad.
Yeah. And Pixie Sticks. Yeah, candy does come in use for bodybuilding. So that's for people wanting to add mass. Take a high glycemic carb, and it actually can help reduce fat as well. High glycemic carb mixed with protein right after a workout. The rest of the day, complex carbs.
Cool, man.
And do you have this? Do you post this information in like workout routines on your Facebook, or what kind of direction do you actually? Or does your Facebook look like it's going to go in the future?
Hopefully, my Facebook page reaches a few more people. I try to keep up with it. of course, you know that I'm a college student and working, also training all the time. It is very hard.
Brad's got a lot on his plate.
Yes, but you've seen the page. I'm at least posting something 3 times a week, if not more. But what you can get from my page is, like, most of the questions you've asked tonight. Anybody can ask me these kind of questions online. You can send me a message. You can post it on the wall.
Yeah, so we're going to put a link to Brad's Facebook page on our website, so you can go to everybodyhasapodcast.com. We're going to put a link right there on the front page. Go like it. You can follow him. Brad, we're hoping to do this maybe, tonight we kind of wanted to just generally talk to you and touch base and see what motivated you, but I'm hoping we can have you on some more, and maybe we'll get more specific for, like, specific type goals, if that sounds good to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome,
definitely.
awesome. So go to our website, everybodyhasapodcast.com. Click there, like Be Fit. We'll put the before and after picture up there, too, and you can see it on his Facebook. I'm telling you, he's jacked now.
It's amazing.
He used to be a little pudgy pudge, but now I jack off to his picture every night. So, hey, guys, I was thinking, since I've got you both, why don't we play a little game?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's
After
called...
that last comment, I don't know.
Let's play Guess the Celebrity Twitter Handle. What I have here is a list of 6 celebrity Twitter handles, and I'm going to tell you the handle, and I'm going to give you 3 options for who it might be. I want you guys to give me A, B, or C who you think it is, and let's see who can guess correctly.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
So let's go. First celebrity Twitter handle I have is @ShacoZulu. @ShacoZulu. Is this A, Shaquille O'Neal, B, John Cusack, or C, Dennis Rodman? Brad, what do you think, man? @ShacoZulu.
ShacoZulu?
Yeah, no Googling.
No, I can't know anyways. And what were the celebrities?
Your
again?
options are A, Shaquille O'Neal, B, John Cusack, or C, Dennis Rodman.
A?
Brad's going to go A, Shaquille O'Neal. Clarkster, what do you think?
Oh man, that's tough. I think it's Rodman, because I just don't think either one of them want to kind of be associated with a tribal warlord.
Yeah, I noticed you guys are both a little bit racist, because it seems you picked the black guys for @ShacoZulu.
Hey, come on. You're saying
Sounds like
John
an African
Cusack?
name.
Is BFit the first officially racist fitness page on Facebook?
Master
I
Race,
guess
Master
you just
Workout.
called me one. Yeah,
Well, I'm sorry,
exactly.
you guys are both wrong. It's actually B, John Cusack.
Oh, white guilt setting in quickly.
I wish I even knew what it was. I don't know what the Zulu thing is.
Yeah, I don't think...
What is it?
Well, Zulu's like a tribe of African
Yeah,
tribes.
Shaka Zulu was like a tribal leader way back in the day who conquered all the other African tribes pretty much.
So is a real person?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, John Cusack is very politically active. I don't know if you guys know that or not. He's probably where he got it from.
Him and Roseanne Barr just hang out talking about how much they hate men.
Here's the next one I've got for you guys. @RedHourBen.
Red Hour Ben?
@RedHourBen. Clark, we'll start with you. Is it A, Ben Stiller, B, Ben from Ben & Jerry's Ice Cream, or C, Ben Affleck?
Ben Affleck.
You're going to go Ben Affleck? Why do you think?
Affleck. Because it's stupid, and so is Ben Affleck.
What do you think, Brad?
A.
You're going to go A, Ben Stiller?
Yeah.
Brad is right. It is Ben Stiller.
Stillmeister. All right.
Ben Stiller's film company is Red Hour Films, I think.
Oh, really? I didn't even know he had a film company.
Yeah, that's where it comes from.
I just assumed he was going to do Night at the Museum movies for the next 20 years and call it a day.
Well, God, I hope so. All right, let's do the next one. @RoadRider57. Is it A, Jesse James, B, Robin Williams, or C, Elon Musk, who is the CEO of Tesla Motor Company? Brad, what do you think, man?
B.
You're going to go Robin Williams?
What's a brave choice? Why would you think, why do you think that?
Why? No,
Yeah.
that's just a random guess. I have no explanation behind it.
There's no confidence behind that. I'm going Tesla Motors guy.
Tesla Motors. Clark, you're going to have to pick it up, man. Brad's walking all over you. The answer is B, Robin Williams.
Son of a bitch!
At Road Rider 57 is Robin Williams. That is weird, isn't it?
That's horrible. Like,
That is a little weird.
fucking
All right.
Robin Williams would pick something like that. Like, that's, he's doing some shtick about that with puffing on a fake cigar. Fucking Road Rider, eh?
All right, we got 3 more, gentlemen. The next one is at Stephen at Home. At Stephen at Home. Is it A, Stephen Baldwin, B, Stephen Hawking, or C, Stephen Colbert? Clarkster?
I'm going to go Hawking.
Hawking. All right. Brad, what do you think, man?
Baldwin.
Brad's going Baldwin. Clark's going Hawking. It's actually Stephen Colbert.
Real, I figured his would be like official Stephen Colbert or something like that.
Yeah, I know, right? Like Colbert Comedy Central or something.
Yeah. I shouldn't have guessed Hawking because, like, can he even use computers technically besides the one that's attached to his mouth?
Oh, his little machine has to be able to tweet.
That thing is so old, I guarantee you it does not have the ability to tweet.
Do you guys think anyone's ever gotten a dick pic from Stephen Hawking?
His nurse.
Yeah. God, I bet you his balls hang so low, man. All right. 2 more. Clark, if Brad gets any of these, you lose.
Of course.
All right. Next one is at final level. At final level. Brad, is it A, Adam Sessler previously from G4? Is it B, Ice-T? Or is it C, Quentin Tarantino?
Oh. Quentin.
Quentin Tarantino?
Yeah.
Why do you think that, man?
Why? Because
Yeah.
Ice-T, first off, wouldn't post something like that.
That would not be his Twitter handle?
I don't think it would.
What do you think Ice-T's Twitter handle would be?
I don't know. Something more hard than that.
Like Shako
Dr.
Zulu
Ice-T.
because he's black?
Yes, exactly.
All right, Quentin Tarantino. Clarkster, what do you think, man?
I'm going Ice-T just to be a contrarian.
Oh, Clark, you got it. Ice-T.
Oh,
Ice-T's Twitter is
yeah.
at final level.
Man.
Ironically, that's the handle that made me want to do this game because I was like, that's a cool Twitter handle. I would have never thought that.
Yeah, well, it depends on what it refers to.
All right, here's another one out of left field. At Dutch Oven 45. Does everyone know what a Dutch oven is?
This is definitely
Yes.
Carl Sagan's.
Yeah. All right, at Dutch Oven 45, is it A, Derek Holland of the Texas Rangers? Is it B, Johnny Knoxville? Is it C, Ricky Gervais? What do you think, Brad?
Johnny Knoxville.
You're going Johnny Knoxville. What do you think, Clark?
Yeah, it's so Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah?
I'm saying Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais. Clark, you could have tied it, man. The answer is actually A, Derek Holland of the Texas Rangers.
Wait,
What?
what?
Yeah, I know. No one even knows who that is. That's how you
sure
guys
somebody
should have known
does.
it was him. Yeah, man, because it's the only one that like no one knows what it is. I just had to pick 2 other people. I just think that's a genius name.
Well, dude, he definitely brought that over from junior high. Like, and like the Texas Rangers just haven't looked through all the social media profiles yet.
At Cool Guy 69.
Sweet Clark 02.
Yeah, totally. All right, well, hey, Brad, thanks so much, man, for being on the show. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome, man.
Yeah, we look forward to more from you here at Everybody Has a Podcast. Once again, check him out on Facebook. It's B-Fit. We're going to put a link on our website. Brad, we will talk to you later, sir.
All right.
All right,
Thank
see ya.
you.
Clarkster, how about we transition a little bit and let's check out what's going on in the news. You know, Clark, I wasn't expecting to have to tell this story tonight. It breaks my heart, man. You told me actually today. Roger Ebert has died.
Yeah.
Now, do we give that a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Well, I'm gonna have to give that a 2 thumbs down. That's summer sadness for the whole family.
Oh, dude, I agree. Thumbs down for Roger Ebert.
That's at least a 1 out of 5 star death, in my opinion.
So check it out. Here's an excerpt from MSNBC. Roger Ebert, the longtime critic who popularized film criticism with his thumbs up, thumbs down reviews in print and on television, died on Thursday. It's today. He was 70. 70 is a good run, Clarkster.
It's okay, I mean, but not for a celebrity, I don't think. Well, I mean, Billy Mays died way younger than that.
Well, yeah, cocaine's a motherfucker, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it ties rock stars together.
That's true. Ebert revealed this week that he suffered a recurrence of the cancer that he had battled in recent years. So yeah, that's, he had his jaw removed.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Well, look at him. His whole bottom, that's why he got so skinny. His whole bottom of his face is just like jello because he had no jaw down there. I mean, obviously he still had his chin and everything, but there's been no jaw for like 5-6 years. He hadn't been able to talk.
How do you get jaw cancer? That's not a thing.
It doesn't
Is it just
say what type
mouth
of
cancer?
cancer here. A couple interesting things about Roger Ebert. He hasn't been able to talk for 5 or 6 years because he hasn't had a bottom jaw. So you'll look at him, he's lost a lot of weight because he hasn't been able to eat real food either. He's literally been fed through a tube.
Yeah, he's eating astronaut food.
Yeah, what a miserable way to live, dude. Because, I mean, I guess you could probably, like, turn pizza rolls into some sort of liquid-based thing, couldn't you?
Yeah, but it's going to be super hot. Like,
yeah. That's true, man. Well, here's the other thing that's really cool. The past few years, he's had one of those things where he can type and the computer voice speaks for him. Kind of like a Stephen Hawking type thing.
Yeah. Well, was it the new version or was it the Stephen Hawking version? Because Stephen Hawking won't upgrade.
Here's the thing, man. There was so much audio from him doing movie reviews for 30 years. They were literally able to put his voice on there.
Whoa!
They took all of the clips that he's recorded, and it was his voice.
Man, I really hope there was just like some LCD screen right above his head that did it only did thumbs up or thumbs down the entire time.
Oh, totally. It's like 2 buttons on his little wheelchair.
He had to press it with, he had to switch it with his tongue.
I think he could still walk and everything, dude. I'm pretty sure he just didn't have a jaw.
No, dude. No, he didn't. Like, the thing is, when you lose a jaw, you lose the ability to eat cheeseburgers, and, like, I don't know. I've always said that if you want to kill me, and you don't want to actually murder me, just take my hands. I'll figure out a way to kill myself somehow. And I assume that probably also applies to my jaw. If I can't eat a cheeseburger or, 4-piece chicken strip dinner, just put me down.
Dude, like, the day you take 4-piece chicken strip dinners out of my life, I agree. Like, end it now. Like, sweet, sweet death come.
Yeah, major thumbs down.
I am going to miss that guy. It's been a long time since I've watched... that's actually a really fun YouTube kick to get on. You know how sometimes you go on YouTube and you just wind up watching it for 3 hours?
Yeah.
I've done that a couple times with them, him and Siskel reviewing old movies. Like, you'll watch one and then you'll see a movie for, like, Mighty Joe Young on the right, and you watch that one, and then it's like Ghostbusters 1. It's really neat to go back and watch the old reviews they did.
Well, I'm wondering how he rated movies like Starship Troopers, because while those movies may not be perceived as classically good, they are some of the best movies ever made.
Dude, let's how do you think he did? Let's check real quick. How do you think they rated Starship Troopers?
I'm going to say there's a thumbs up, fun romp ride for the mature young adult out on the town.
Do you think 2 thumbs up?
I'm going to say 2 thumbs up.
I'm going to have to go 2 thumbs up too, because it is one of the best movies ever made. Let's check real quick. I'm pulling it up right now. I'm not actually seeing a thumbs up or thumbs down, but Roger Ebert did actually give Starship Troopers. It was one of his worst movies of '97.
Oh, what?
I know.
No.
I hope you rot, Roger Ebert.
You're in hell right now, Roger.
I just want to say it's no coincidence that Casper Van Dien and Denise Richards are still alive and he's dead.
Well, here's the thing. If you look at the pictures of him without a jaw, he does look like the brain bug.
That's true. He does, man.
So, I mean, maybe they sent him to hell finally.
All right. What else? What else do we want to see what they rated?
Wayne's World. Check out Wayne's World. That's a classic. I mean, I want somebody here and now to tell me that Wayne's World is not one of the best movies ever made.
I fully agree with you. It is one of the most fun, awesome movies ever made.
All right. It looks like I found it. Wayne's World. Roger Ebert says, I walked into Wayne's World expecting a lot of dumb, vulgar comedy, and I got plenty. But also found what I didn't expect. A genuinely amusing, sometimes even intelligent undercurrent. Like Bill and Ted movies, this one works on its intended level and then sneaks in excursions to some other levels too. I'm not sure I'm okay with any Bill and Ted references whenever we're talking about Wayne's World here.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable. I mean, do you get my point? Because I'm not saying Bill and Ted is a bad series of movies. I'm just saying they are definitely not Wayne's World caliber, and they should not be likened
to one of the greats.
Yeah, I mean, it got 3 out of 5, which is not even a thumbs rating. Like, this guy's not even consistent. No wonder he's dead.
All right, we'll do one of my favorites, Dumb and Dumber.
Ooh.
Also, one of the greats, man. I'm looking on the website here. Ebert, 2 stars out of what, 5? Do they do 5?
Yeah, what's wrong with this guy?
You know, this goes back to music snobs who, okay, I get it that you like this deep, dark prog rock, whatever, but if you can't enjoy a little Who Let the Dogs Out, like, die.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he gave, like, Little Miss Sunshine a 5 out of 5.
Right on. And I think that's a fun movie, too. Like, I like that movie, but if you can't enjoy, you know, Wayne's World or Dumb and Dumber, you have no soul. I'm sorry.
Well, I'd be interested to see if he rated any movie 5 out of 5 that had the word fuck in it. Like, that's really, unless it's like Gay Cowboys Eating Pudding, which is a South Park reference, then, I don't know, it sounds like he is a classical movie snob, you know?
I can
knew
see how
Betty
you would
Page.
get there. Yeah.
I knew Betty Page in the 50s, and, you know, she would never have signed on for a movie like that.
Well, it's so safe and easy to only rate those types of movies as classics, you know? It's too easy.
Yeah, but
Because no one's going to argue with you.
He's on the wrong side of history. Like,
I agree.
Clearly, everybody loves Wayne's World, everybody loves Starship Troopers, and everybody loves Dumb and Dumber.
I agree, all the way down. Seriously, like, my dad, all the way down to my brand new nephew, going to enjoy the shit out of all of those movies, you know?
And these weren't curveballs. Like, we're not trying to trick you, Mr. Ebert. We just want you to be genuine.
Have fun rotting in hell, Roger Ebert.
You fucking bastard.
I didn't think we'd wind up, you know, I didn't think we'd end on that note at all, man.
Yeah, I'm glad he's dead. Fuck.
We were sad at first. All right, here we go. Iowa Museum finds missing tortoise in an elevator.
A museum?
Yeah. What is a tortoise doing in a museum?
How does it get in an elevator? Because, like, the elevator doors, they close pretty fast.
It's a good point.
If you've seen any any romantic comedy, you know that you never make it to the elevator doors on time.
Dude, here's what he did. Here's his power move. He went ahead and put his head in his shell. He got right to the edge of the door, and when it opened, he stuck his neck out.
Okay.
And that blocked it from closing.
Did they cite how the hell he even got in there?
Well, yeah, but dude, last week we read about a missing black mamba. Why are all these animals getting loose?
Man, you know, this shows that a community college degree is just not worth it, guys. You go into animal handling at your local community college and you expect the world, but you know, at the end of the day, you're letting out poisonous fucking snakes and tortoises that know how to use fucking elevators, okay?
I agree, dude. That's going to be the worst 2 years of your life and the worst $37.50 you've ever spent.
Dude, your wife is going to leave you. Like, nobody's going to love you. If you can't contain a tortoise and a black mamba, then what's the deal? Those are different ends of the spectrum. Like,
I agree.
Like, any numbnuts, I would think, could handle a tortoise. Just say, you know, stay there, Sparky, and, like, throw out some fucking leaves.
Oh, you're gonna love his name. It's a perfect name for a tortoise, man.
Go ahead.
Let me read you this. An 18-pound African leopard tortoise who went missing from an Iowa museum has been found alive in an elevator in the building.
Okay.
They report that officials at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium in Dubuque believe the tortoise named Cashew. Isn't that a good name for a tortoise?
Neat.
Cashew. That's a good one, man. They say he was stolen.
Why?
They believe the tortoise named Cashew was stolen, but that the thief quietly returned the animal.
You think it just talked a lot? Like, it wouldn't shut up?
I think here's the scenario, man.
Okay.
Guy, divorced from his wife. They've been divorced about 9 months. He's trying to be the best dad in the world, but he's broke as fuck. He's living in a horrible single-bedroom apartment, and he's just trying to be a good dad, man. And it was probably his daughter's birthday, and he's like, I gotta get her something. And he stole Cashew.
Yeah, because that's a kid's name for a tortoise in the first place.
I agree.
Here's Cashew. Cashew!
The museum says a visitor found Cashew on the elevator floor Thursday. She appears to be in good health.
The visitor or the tortoise?
Probably both.
Well, here's my scenario for that. Like, I think that the African leopard tortoise was obviously the spirit animal for some Native American. And he was on a mission, a quest, if you will, set upon by his elders because he was in the sweat lodge for a good 48 hours.
Sure.
And they told him, you must go to the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium in Dubuque or whatever, and steal Cashew. Cashew is your spirit animal, and you must become one with the African leopard tortoise.
That's very zen of you, Clark Sauce.
Yeah, and, well, I mean, obviously, you know, Indians don't know how to use elevators, so You know, he probably escaped through the hatch up top, but couldn't take the tortoise with him.
He probably just sat in that elevator and tried to shoot the button with his bow and arrow over and over again, man. Like, couldn't work it.
Like, he hears the gears. He's like, the horses are coming.
puts his ear to the ground.
The great eagle takes me up the building.
I guess I'm glad Cashew's back, man. Still in a tortoise. You know, I don't care if you are a little 17-year-old shithead. That's dedication, man.
Yeah, I mean, I wish Cashew well. I don't know what's going to happen. You know, that can be a traumatizing experience, so we'll have to see what happens in the coming months.
You know why you don't want to steal Cashew, man? Because PETA's going to be all over you.
Well, dude, what if it was PETA? What if they're trying to break him out?
Oh, whoa.
Yeah,
That's
plot
deep.
thickens.
That's deep, bro.
You know, what if it was Roger Ebert and he ate him?
What if Roger Ebert died from giving bad reviews to good movies, and then he was reincarnated as Cashew as his punishment?
And he was stolen by PETA. That's the seventh layer of hell right there. I mean,
I
you
agree.
definitely did wrong. You did wrong, Roger. I know we're back on that, but you did wrong.
Last story I've got is radio DJ was suspended for dihydrogen monoxide April Fool's joke. Jim Leftwich says, 2 DJs for Gator Country 101.9 in the morning. Weird. Warned that dihydrogen monoxide was coming out of people's water faucets. Georgians panicked. The DJs were suspended indefinitely. Update, they're back on the air. Now, Clark, what is dihydrogen monoxide?
It's water. And I'm not saying I knew that right off the bat. I'm saying I know how to use fucking Google before I panic.
Right. That's a good point. Like, why are all these, like, busy bee office ladies with snack drawers getting in a tizzy without ever Googling it?
Because they're stupid bitches who have been told their entire lives what is and is not good for them, and if it sounds dangerous, it must be dangerous.
Dude, it's kind of like, did you ever do the thing in, like, 2nd grade, like, your epidermis is showing?
Yeah, it's the exact same thing.
For adults.
Well, here's the thing. It's Gator Country 101.9.
That's a good point, dude. It's not like socialist liberal radio. New York's like Manhattan, New York, New York.
Yeah, no, and it's not even the fact that, I mean, clearly their target demographic is easily susceptible to anything. They could have said anything in the world, and these people would have believed it. You know, Obama's coming, and he's going to take your water, and everybody would have been fucking flipping out, man.
Yeah. Obama's putting dihydrogen monoxide in your water.
Yeah, and you know there's a good 15-20% of the population out there who heard that, who still have not gotten the press release that it's water. And they're printing out flyers right fucking now.
I'd hate to be a doctor's office, man.
Oh, god damn it. Yeah, people are coming in for checkups.
Once again, I want to go back to, I guarantee you, everybody who's freaking out about this, is I guarantee you a good 100 pounds overweight.
Yeah, no, it's completely like, oh, you can't drink that, use water because your stuff in it is bad.
Exactly.
That's why I'm drinking only Dr. Pepper.
It's kind of like this brominated vegetable oil chick who's like a super fat ass.
Yeah.
But for some reason she wants this taken out of her Gatorade.
Yeah, I'm just not going to trust medical advice from anybody who is not medically sound.
That's true. That's very true.
But, I mean, it's good that they're back on the air. It's pretty upsetting that you can get fired because other people are stupid.
I do get a little tired of these, like, shock jock DJs, though. Like, here I am doing this podcast, make no mistake. I enjoy the medium. I really do. I enjoy talk radio a lot. But, like, these DJs who just do these stunts, like, it does get old.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, anytime somebody speaks to the idiocy in other people get upset. I'm really surprised that they just didn't get fired because so many people felt bad about themselves.
Yeah. Well, you know, the 2 DJs who... Did you hear about the 2 DJs a month or 2 ago who got a status update on Princess Kate's baby or whatever when she was in the hospital?
No.
You didn't hear about this?
No.
Is this Kate Middleton? Is that her?
Yeah, sure.
Right. Anyways, the Princess of London or whatever, you know, she's been pregnant. She had to go to the hospital because she was having major complications. Well, 2 DJs called, pretended they were the Queen, did a horrible English accent, and they got through. And they got a status update on how she's doing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, here's what the nurse that accidentally let them through was so embarrassed, she literally committed suicide 2 days later.
Dude, that's her fault. That's not on anybody but herself.
I agree. I mean, obviously you're not going to commit suicide if you're a sane person anyways, but wow. Those DJs got fired, and they aren't back.
No, man, they shouldn't have gotten fired. That's not their their responsibility is to go and make people laugh and get information or whatever. Their job is not to be like the moral compass of things.
No,
There
I
are
feel
plenty
you.
other safeguards out there that'll stop them before that would have even happened.
I feel you. I mean, that's similar to calling the president, who's in the hospital, and getting through to the president, getting a status update on the president. How does a country let that happen?
Well, yeah, I mean, but here's the thing. It's like, they talk to the producer, like, okay, here's our bit. Because, somebody reviews that shit. They're just not going in there and, like, getting to do whatever they want. So they said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to call. We're going to have this horrible accent. There's no way it's going to work.
Right. They didn't even
Impossible.
expect to get through.
Yeah, and it'll be funny. We'll get hung up on, all that kind of stuff. It'll be great. It'll waste 15 minutes. And it's like, great, run with it. So they go in there. They're like, hello, this is the Queen.
Yeah, that's how they sounded.
I'd like an update on, Kate Middleton's little snatchy baby. And okay, 1 second. And they pull out the medical records. And you as the producer do not say, no, guys, we're good. Let's cut it. Like, no, you now have exclusive information on the baby.
Oh,
This has just become real.
I'm
You
sure
just
it was.
became Rush Limbaugh like fucking that.
No, I'm sure it was all live.
Yeah, I mean, so he still could have pulled the plug. There's a go to commercial button right
Yeah.
in front of him.
5-second delay.
But hell no, you don't walk away from that. It's the fucking. It's not even the nurse's fault. It's really, I guess, the policies in place set forth by the hospital.
Yeah, no, I agree. If I was a hospital, there's no way I would have let them through. Obviously, there's a trio of stupid people that allowed this to happen,
Yeah, there's an entire chain of people that should have committed suicide in this entire event.
Well, I do love the adult your epidermis is showing. Like, you got to respect that, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It just proves that we're getting more retarded. Well, not even more retarded, just more susceptible to things. The more information we have, the more retarded we become as far as our analytical thinking. Because at our fingertips, we can just go get any information we want. We don't have to think critically. Well, I've been drinking this water for 10 years and I'm okay.
Right.
It's, oh my God, now there's something in there. It must have just happened today.
Yeah, people are too reliant on external sources for information. They don't do, like you said, any critical thinking about their situation. They don't take the 30 seconds to do an adult timeout and just do the math on what they've just heard.
Yeah, no, it doesn't cross their minds. They're either too busy or they just don't give a shit enough, or they have something to be outraged enough because they have something to be outraged about, because we all now have it so easy that anytime there's something to be slightly outraged about, we get fucking pissed.
Yeah, well, we're bored as a society,
Yeah, as a world, I mean, except for the Africans, because they got real problems, but...
Yeah. USA has no real problems, as far as, like, your standard fucking person, They
Yeah,
just
I mean...
go to work, come home, that's it.
Yeah, you make between $35 and $50K a year on average.
Right.
And, you sit at the house after your, 8 to 5 job, and you look up for reasons to be pissed off. You're on Facebook, you see something that pisses you off, that somebody said something, and so you get on there and you have a little back and forth going, or, your wife pisses you off because she made spaghetti and you wanted rogatini. It's just fucking stupid.
I hope there's no dihydrogen monoxide in that spaghetti, dude.
Well, we need to petition somebody about it, because that'll kill you. That shit'll kill you.
Clarkster, that's a lot of podcasts, man. We've done a lot of podcasts tonight.
Well, we got some stuff done, that's for sure.
I agree. I think it was a great second episode. But with that being said, man, it is my fucking bedtime.
Well, I'll see you in there in 30, I guess.
I'm going to go ahead and put on my cold cream so you don't try to bang me.
Just keep those cucumbers off your eyes. You know how I hate that.
I'd like to thank everybody for listening to us tonight. Thanks to Brad from BFit for joining us. That was really cool. I hope to hear more from him. Check us out, everybodyhasapodcast.com, facebook.com/everybodyhasapodcast, twitter.com/everybodypod. Tonight, we want to play you out with some music from a friend of ours, the Jazz Destroyers. They're a local jazz band here in Austin. We're going to play you out with a cover of Call Me from the Jazz Destroyers. All right, Clark, I will talk to you next week, sir. I will see everybody else next week.
All right, rotten hell, Roger Ebert.
See you, man. Bye.